Welcome to Saratoga CRM New Features, version 690127. We're going to start with refining report results, sorting, ascending and descending, grouping the results, and filtering results based on one or more conditions. Once we're in a report, we go to the column we want to sort. Notice to the right of the column title, I move my mouse to open up the pop-up menu. There we see sort in ascending and descending order. As you can see from the result, I've selected descending. I can also remove the sort to go back to the original report. Another option I have once I open the menu is to group by this column. We're in the column country. I select group and you notice that the data has been grouped by country. I can open each group to see the records per group. I can even group the group data further as I do here per city. Notice I also drag and drop the column title to the gray bar above. Now when I open the group data, you see it is further subgrouped per city. Now let's look at some search result improvements. We're going to search within results, expand and collapse them, look at the tooltip for RTF fields, and double click anywhere on a row to open a record. We'll go back to our previous report and degroup it by selecting X for both columns. This brings us back to our original report. Now moving to the top right of the report, we see a search field. It looks a little bit like global search. I'm going to search the report for all records containing Berlin. Notice only the records containing Berlin are shown. Now to clear the results, I search using blank, meaning all. And now we're back to our original results. To demonstrate the RTF tooltip, I go to another report containing a deluxe RTF and a regular RTF. If I want to read the RTF content without having to open the record, I just click on the field once. The scroll bar allows me to read the entire content. Now once I open and read the RTF content and I want to close the tooltip bar, all I have to do is click anywhere once on the row. Clicking once is important as the drill down is no longer requires going to the left column. One can now just double click anywhere on the row and you open the record. Other report and query tool options include row size, a delimiter between column headings, run and open option, and a warning message when a report is renamed. Going back to our report, we're going to edit the report options. Once we're in there, we'll go into the general settings, and we see that there's a row size of 10. We change it to 30, and then we'll go back into our report. We'll say run report. And once we get into our report, you'll notice that the row size is 3 times as high as it was before. Now when the report looks a little bit bloated as it does here, what we want to do is make the column smaller. What we do is we go up to the column header and there we see the delimiter, the little line there. With the right mouse click, you hold it, and then you can drag each column and drop it to the appropriate width you desire. Another advantage is that these widths that you set are saved after you open the report again. In our next item, you notice that we're starting out with a blank screen. What I'm going to do is I'm going to open up report, and you notice that it's generating and it automatically opens up without having to go to criteria. This is now possible, as you see when I go into edit report options and then into general settings, and here you notice you will see the run and open options set. Simply renaming reports could cause confusion sometimes. Therefore, Saratoga CRM gives you a chance to rethink what you really want to do before committing the action. Do you want to rename the report or save it under a different name? Now notice after I tried to rename the report that a message from the web page came up. Read the message and take appropriate action. Let's take a look at some screen wizard improvements. We're going to look at placement of the list grids, user-friendly text for URL, subscribe and unsubscribe watch, and check duplicate actions, vertical orientation data view, and data view page length. Looking at a company or site record, you notice in the static area and in the detail area, we now can place list grids. These list grids have the same functionality as the list grids in the already known list grid area. In supporting workflows, many URLs are used, but the URLs are not very pretty and offer no additional instructions. What 6.9 offers is user-friendly text for URL fields as we see here. It not only looks good and offers additional information, but it works as expected as a URL function. Many companies prefer to use menu items as buttons embedded in the data view instead. These button items have the same known functionality as the menu items. As you see, I'm demonstrating one. And rest assured, the other two new control buttons, the check duplicates and the unsubscribe watch, work just as we know from previous versions. Let's take a look at vertical tabs now. Now notice that all the tabs are to the left of the screen in a vertical row. The advantage is that we can open up more tabs at once to maybe compare data if necessary. Once I have two open, I go to the right, scroll down, go down to the next tab, and think, wow, there's a lot of blue in there. I need to change the page size. I do this in Screen Wizard. I go into Screen Wizard and I go into the menu option where page length is, and I enter a desired page length. After clicking on OK, I go back into Thin Client, and when I open it to Listgrids, then, as I did before, I can scroll down, and you notice that there's not as much blue space as before in between the two Listgrids. Let's take a look at more useful enhancements, such as the copy and paste records between Listgrids is now available in Thin Client, and a report creator can delete Thin Client reports. We're at the bottom left of the screen in a list grid, and I want to copy an appointment record within the same record. I select the appointment copy. Notice the paste button appears. I select paste, and the record has been copied. Now I could do the same thing between records as well. I can also do individual ones or mass ones. Let's just say I want to take all the records, and I want to copy them, and I want to move them to another record. I select my second record. There's the paste button, I select it, and you notice that all the appointment records that I copied from the first site are now in the second site. Now for the next feature, let's say I want to clean out my reports and delete all those reports that I don't need. Now notice here that I have 3 reports that are pretty much the same, and I only need to keep one of those. What I can do now is I can go into my Browse, and in my Browse window, I can see all 3 of those reports, or all my reports I have, and I can also see the 2 that I want to delete. I can select those, and then going down, I can select delete, OK, and they are deleted out of the database. Additional enhancements include URL field input validation, international languages compatibility, German, French, and Swedish, recovery settings for Saratoga integration service installation, enable or disable loading last active vertical tab, and set the expiration date for remote users per batch command. These enhancements are a little bit more technical, and therefore I encourage you, for details regarding above features, please read the Saratoga CRM release notes for version 6.9. For more information, please contact your local sales representative or visit us at apteam.com. Thanks for watching.